But the biggest thing, last but not least, you need to set a battery. So when it comes to iOS 18, there's mixed feeling with some people being extremely impressed with the battery life and others complaining that iOS 18 is draining their battery on their iPhones. So here I am going to share with you practical tips that can help you and your battery last longer. No pun intended. Let's get started. So number one, we're going to start off with the most useless background tasks that are draining your battery without even you knowing. So we're going to go ahead and open up our settings, and then you're going to scroll all the way down where it says privacy and security, and then scroll all the way down. We're going to start from the bottom because on the bottom we mostly find the most useless stuff that are running in your background, starting with the analytics and improvements. Everything that you see turned off here, make sure you copy exactly as you see here. These are all of the analytics that Apple is sending from your iPhone to their databases, basically to improve their product and services, and it's just draining your battery, especially when you update to the new latest iOS, such as iOS 18. It's going to be sending a lot of information because it's in the learning stage. So make sure you turn this off. You can just go ahead and turn this off. It's going to basically turn off all of this. I have the settings, everything turned off. I don't want to send any of my analytics. Next up is Apple advertising. Make sure you turn off personal ads. It takes a little bit more extra power to personalize those ads. You're going to get ads anyways, so just turn it off. You don't need to have personalized ads. And if you do have Apple Intelligence, go ahead and open up right here. It's going to scan your Face ID, and you can turn off the Apple Intelligence report as well, because it is basically, if you read over here, it says this reports may include personal data such as messages and text you enter in writing tools. It's again sending your data to Apple to improve Apple Intelligence, and in result taking up your battery life. Next up, if you just scroll a little bit here on the above right here, journaling suggestions, even if you don't use the journaling app that the Apple has, if you open up your app store and look up Journal, this is a native app from Apple. Even if you don't use this application to journal or anything like that, it's still right here. If you have these settings on, if you have them on, it still tracks your activity from your media, contacts, phones, all of these stuff. So make sure you turn this off. It is taking up your background task. It is taking up your power as well as your battery in the background. So just turn this off if you don't use journaling. However, if you do use it, then you may turn this on. Personal preference, whichever activity or media, whichever is the most important for you to track, even if you leave the journal app. Besides that, guys, next thing, if we go ahead and back out of here and then go ahead and look up the tracking. If you scroll all the way down, you see tracking right here. Go ahead and click on it and turn off allow apps to request to track. What it does is that when this is turned on, each time you download a new app or when you have an already downloaded app, it's going to ask you if you allow them to track you across different websites so that they can feed you with the personalized ads, so they can sell you as a product. So just turn this off. The fact that this is off, it's not going to drain your battery, especially when you just open up an app. It's not going to bother asking you a prompt saying, hey, can I track you? So this is another extra layer that you can remove in order to improve your battery as well as your performance. Besides that, if you go ahead, open up our location services, make sure you go one by one each application and make sure you don't have anything that says always. If it is never or while using, this is perfectly fine. But if you have something that says always, then it is constantly tracking your location and in result draining your battery life. So make sure you just check everything and you don't have anything that says always. And while we're here on the bottom, you're gonna go ahead, open up your system services, and in here we're gonna find, if you scroll down, some hidden improvement stuff, that analytics stuff that Apple is sending. So go ahead and turn off these three. These are a must turn off. You don't need to send your iPhone analytics, your routing and traffic, to improve the maps, especially if you don't even use Apple Maps. Maybe you use Waze or Google Maps, any other alternative. So definitely turn this off. And significant location is another useless thing that is going to eat up a lot of your battery life, but not to mention it is really creepy why it has significant location. It knows exactly precise location that you've entered in the last couple of years or months. It's going to have the timer here. So just turn this off and have more peace of mind and save a battery life. But besides that, if you go ahead, go to our homepage on the settings and open up our display and brightness right here. Make sure you have the auto lock set to 30 seconds because this happens to me most of the time. When I have the auto lock 3 minutes, or when I'm filming, I sometimes put it to 5 minutes as well. Then I forget to change it and it ends up eating my battery, because if I just place my phone like this, it's not gonna lock the device. It's just gonna be, turned on for that 5 minutes. So make sure you leave it to the 30 seconds. So after 30 seconds, it automatically locks your device and saves your battery in the process. Besides that, there's another thing called always on display, especially if you have the latest iPhones. Make sure, even if you decide to use always on display, which I think is really useful to be able to see the notifications or the time or your widgets without even opening your or tapping on your iPhone. But however, I think the most useless thing is the show wallpaper. Why do you need to see the wallpaper when your device is on always on display? I don't understand. So just turn this off. It's gonna save you slightly more battery life as well. But the biggest thing, last but not least, you need to set a battery charge limit. In order to do that, you're gonna go ahead and find battery in your settings, which is on the top right here. And then on the newer iPhones, you have something called, if you go ahead, open up your charging, you have something called charge limit. So make sure you take advantage of this feature if you want longevity from your iPhone. If you want your battery to last a long time, make sure you set an actual charge limit. For me, I am a bit extreme. I've set mine to 80%, but you can just, sweet spot is to maybe like 90%. I think that gives you the best performance and longevity at the same time. But nonetheless, these are some of the tips to help you get the most out of your iOS 18 and improve your battery life and fix the battery drainage. I hope this was useful. Let me know what you guys think. Smash that like button because it really helps the channel out, and also subscribe down below for more iOS content just like this one. I'll catch you guys next video. Peace out.